stepping into our power and light. I love that phrase. I love the idea. I love the concept. I think it conjures up just such great images, etc. The process I have found to be less friendly, if you like, over the years, in my humble experience, I should say. Everybody's going to be different. I think we get this idea, and it obviously is banded around a lot in self-development circles, of stepping up, stepping into your power and light, which creates this sort of image in the mind of it being this magical, serene, almost fairy-like experience. What I've usually discovered is that I almost don't know when it's happening. I don't know when it's happening. What is usually happening is my world is crashing down around me and falling apart or going crazy. And at some point, I manage to lift my head above the parapet and go, oh, I'm stepping up. So how do we navigate this? Because it is a seductive phrase, I think. And we all love the idea of feeling more empowered in ourselves and happier in the world and feeling good and serving more and just in that lovely space. And I think it comes back to, if it were that easy, we'd be there now, wouldn't we? You know, we'd already be there. So it's understanding that in order to be in that place, we have to let go of some beliefs, ideas, behaviour patterns, sometimes people from our lives, actually. I've often found that when I'm up leveling or stepping up into my power and light, that people disappear. You know, there's a culling that occurs. It's not my choice. It just seems to happen. And sometimes I've tried to hang on to them, which is uncomfortable for everyone. And when I can be in my grace, I just send love and let things be where they're going to be, basically. But I think when we understand more deeply that the way we are right now, something's got to shift in how we are, how we're feeling, how we're being, etc., in order for us to be in that new place, then it makes the transition easier. You know, I sometimes like to look at what are the trade-offs. What am I getting out of being this version of me right now? You know, and I want to be over there. And usually for me, it comes down to, am I being liked? Am I being disliked? And I think that can be a big one for humans. You know, we're all quite sensitive little characters underneath, and everybody just wants to be loved and give love, really. Obviously, there's a few people out there that don't want to play that game. But I'm talking about, I think the majority of people just want to be loved and give love. It's that simple. So the idea of stepping into a space where, or not stepping into, but going through the process where you might upset people and you might lose friends or have fallouts in family or lose a job. It's not very appealing. And that's why I think that a little bit of examination around why do I want to go there? What is my end goal here? What am I looking to do? And can I see what the trade-offs are right now that are keeping me from being in that place? And can I move through that in a level of grace? Can I support myself? Or are there people in my life who I can share this with, who can support me as I go to take that step up? This really annoying hair bit, sorry. I can see it on the screen. And now I've lost my train of thought. Can you know, they support me as I take this step, and because on the other side it is great. And I have also found another thing that I have struggled with is I can make the change, and then sustaining the change is a tricky thing. It's like and it's constantly reinforcing. And I think when we understand why we want to be there, what we want to do from that place, that's when it makes it a little easier to go, okay, seatbelt on, here I go, stepping up into my light. And sometimes it can also just be like a challenging experience in terms of, like, sometimes mentally I will find it hard to kind of navigate my way through stuff. Just is. And so usually at that point, I have to slow things down. I have to make sure I'm centering, meditating each day, checking in with the higher power, source, whatever you want to call that energy, and asking, what is my next step here? What is my next step? Tell me what to do, tell me what to say, tell me how to be, tell me where to go, all of that stuff. And then that helps that transition as well. So I hope there's something helpful in there for anyone who is looking to step up into their power and light. If you are really struggling, you want further chats, get in touch. If you want to work with me, I work one-to-one with people, particularly women, helping them find their love and light in the world. Have a good day.